always comes down to who has the edge guarding down.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's... and, of course, you just have things like Bash confirms that you're going to be able to better player the other player with, right? But as far as, like, thinking about the weaknesses the character has, that the character's strengths also cover, the first thing that comes to mind is recovery, because Ori doesn't have the greatest one.
No.
But looks like we're finally going to get started here. First replay of the day.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's me!
Yeah. So, I want to say... Oh man, I'm pretty sure that the shaded Ori is Lucio.
Yep, it would appear so.
Yes. Just making sure.
Going for the back, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So far, a whole lot of dash dancing with Sign in play.
Yep.
Unsurprising, kind of the default way for Ori to play neutral.
Yep. Lot of fade in out fairs, kind of just like feeling each other out, trying to see, trying to get that big hit, and that first big hit goes to Lucio.
Yeah, getting the sign charge into the F strong.
Yeah, with an emphatic first stock, 100% to 9, I think is what it was. So, but hey, I do stuff. Bringing it right back with a charge, or with a sign of F smash. Killing it 78.
Yeah, that's always the interesting thing about a character, or a character ditto rather, like this, is normally this character kind of is known for having a hard time killing without fishing, but both these characters are so light, a lot of the things you normally just throw out are gonna actually purple.
Yeah. Great up B there from I Do Stuff, by the way. Being able to get the good spacing, be calm, and outrange that F smash. But right now they have to they're kind of getting a little bit edge guarded and needing to find a good way to land, but not able to. And Lucio is able to continue their lead with a up air. Whoa.
It seems so far the main way Lucio is kind of taking this is just by playing it pretty patient and nice back.
Hey yo, that stock was delicious. I saw a jab reverse tilt boost up tilt. Those things are ridiculously hard.
Yeah, that was a real nice comeback for sure.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, like I said, just absolutely delicious. Get desserts early here in this pool play.
Yeah, suddenly this game has kind of completely reversed momentum. We saw Lucio playing the neutral pretty safe, getting a bunch of like 1 or 2 hit strings. And as I'm talking, they both just started going bananas and hitting each other. We went from like 1 or 2 hits to like 5 at a time.
Yeah, you start getting that knowledge on your opponent's habits and the disadvantage, and you can really start putting the hurt on. And it's very interesting to see that happen in like the beginning of game 1 or the end of game 1. Normally, it would take at least like game 2 or 3 for both players to like really start hitting the big stuff, but now we're getting right into it. Double F air, not killing.
What in the world?
I think that was a misinput. I think that was meant to be a bash, but
it very well could have. I'm glad it wasn't a bash, though. I think they would have lost. But
yeah,
I do stuff reversing an unlikely situation, being down pretty much the whole game and managing to take game 1.
I think the important thing to know in that game 1 is that while Lucio was able to kind of hold down the fort for most of the game and keep a lead, is that the second that I Do Stuff even touched them, just absolutely clobbered Lucio. I think the hit to kill ratio was very high for I Do Stuff and not for Lucio.
Yeah, absolutely. We're headed to Tower of Heaven as Lucio's counter pick.
Yep.
And in a ditto like this, it's always you just pick whatever stages you're comfortable at, or if you know your opponent well enough, you pick the stages that they can't like. Like for example, if they're better at plat camping, you don't go to Frozen.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a quite neutral stage, all things considered. I don't think it really accentuates or lessens a lot of habits for certain players, so it might be a comfort pick, but
that is not good.
Yeah.
That was a very big lead right off the bat for Lucio, and the further and further he pushes I Do Stuff off stage, the more it's going to increase.
Yep. But
Yeah,
I mean, that's what happened. First game is Lucio getting that early lead, so you never know.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing about this game in general, is it's really hard to ever count any player out.
Yep.
Because the stocks can really go flying in this game.
Yep.
Oh, goes for the bash setup, but wasn't committed to it. Wanted to do the safe one to come back to stage.
Yep. Tries to do the reverse bash, and oh, yikes. All right. Now Lucio even getting a bigger lead than last game. Will I Do Stuff's explosiveness able to make it all the way back, or is Lucio going to even it up?
Yeah, it's looking pretty convincing so far. Especially the biggest thing is I Do Stuff has a tendency to land on the side of the stage, and Lucio is just nice. That was a good snipe with the Ori nugget there.
Yeah.
Lucio was doing a really good job that game of just keeping I Do Stuff off the stage or right on the side of the stage to push him off again pretty much every time he came back, and he was just eating so much percent because of it.
Yeah, it didn't let him play.
Really didn't. Alright, looks like we're headed to Spirit Tree for the final game of the set. The first set of the day. And
bit of
we've
a
already got a
set.
game 3.
Bit cracking.
That's the one, yeah.
Going a bit hard. Hey, that's an actual, that's a phrase, alright?
It is, it's just not one I ever hear.
Yeah. I've got a peculiar vernacular, but what is peculiar is what's going to happen in this third game. I'm excited to see. We've gotten a comeback and a dominating game 2. So I wonder how game 3 is going to go in the cross-up air. That's always unfortunate to get killed by that. Because you always feel like it's actually quite hard sometimes, but you always feel like an idiot when you die to it.
Absolutely, just gotta be faster at reacting to it.
Yeah. Well, if it's a cross-up like that and you don't know which side you're on, it can be almost unreactable. But don't have to worry about it now. Makes it back. Good.
So far, we're seeing pretty much exactly what we saw in the last game, where Lucio is just doing everything he can to keep him off the side of the stage, and that's not good. Already down 2 stocks.
With a tag like I Do Stuff, you need to make sure that they're not doing stuff, and that's what Lucio is doing right now.
Absolutely. And like the problem kind of is I Do Stuff is kind of, and obviously doesn't have the lead, so he kind of has to now, but he's been positioning pretty aggressively, and Lucio's just catching it with like an up air or a back air like every time.
So, sometimes you need to learn to do nothing to do something,
Yeah, like right there was a good example where I Do Stuff up tilted and did a side pop, and even though Lucio wasn't anywhere near him, so ended up getting punished for it. Getting on the board with an F-strong tech chase, though.
Yeah, very good option coverage from... Oh, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
DI on the up airs was a little questionable that game.
Yeah.
Lucio taking it in the reverse 2-0.
Yeah, with a very, very impressive show of calmness from Lucio, being able to not get rattled by that comeback in the game 1 and just absolutely murdering in the next game, next 2 games, and is able to take the set.
For sure, they were quite dominant after that first one.
Yeah. And next up, we've got a bit of a funky set with a player I was excited to watch, and definitely another player, one of the players of all time.